What's going on, guys? Ron Parita here from Techno Buffalo, and a couple weeks ago Lenovo announced a really cool and really interesting device, the Yoga Book. It's fascinating for a bunch of reasons. We're going to be reviewing it today. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing, and probably the most standout feature to me, is the design. It looks amazing. Probably one of the best looking devices I've ever seen. The design alone gets me and a lot of other people excited. From the hinge to the thinness to that slate black look that it has, it's superb. It actually won the Red Dot Design Award in 2016, which I totally agree with. The design is also partially why it succeeds as a convertible where a lot of other devices have failed, in my opinion. Most devices are not 50-50 laptop and tablet as their manufacturers might want. They're usually 60-40, maybe 60% laptop, 40% tablet, 60% tablet, 40% laptop. I would say the Yoga Book falls in the 60-40, leaning towards the tablet side. It's a bit more of a tablet than it is a laptop. And the reason is because the keyboard is probably one of the coolest and yet the weakest parts of the device as a whole. That's not to say that it's bad. It's actually really good for what it is, but by no means will it replace or give you the same functionality a regular clicky keyboard with key travel would give you. The keys are completely flat and light up, so it looks like it's straight out of Tron Legacy, which is awesome and will get a lot of heads turning. Once you're actually using it, you do get used to it. It's a bit like typing on a touchscreen. I'd say a little bit better since you have a rested place to put your wrists, and it feels a little more like a keyboard. It's a bit of a hybrid maybe. But of course, you can't just rest your fingers on the keys, which makes it a little difficult to remember intuitively exactly where all the keys were. So overall, in coolness factor, I would say this keyboard is absolutely off the charts. With functionality in mind, however, I'd say it falls right in between most tablet on-screen keyboards and most clicky laptop keyboards. It's not as good as clicky laptop keyboards or even desktop keyboards, but it is better than most on-screen tablet keyboards. The success of the design continues onward with the thinness. When you're in laptop mode, you're not going to really notice it. It's super thin, obviously, but what's more interesting is when you flip it back into tablet mode, it's so thin that even with 2 layers, it's still about as thick as a standard tablet would be. And that's why you can use it as a tablet without thinking like, oh, this is a laptop pretending to be a tablet. It really feels like a good, solid tablet. That brings me on to the hinge, which I think is absolutely beautiful. It looks like a piece of jewelry and it works really well. However, in laptop mode, like the Microsoft Surface, the hinge is not as strong as I would like. So when you're using it as a touchscreen, the hinge does flex a little bit, but you can use it for a couple touches and presses right then and there, but you're not going to be leaning on it as a touchscreen device when it's in laptop mode. In regards to processing horsepower, you have 4 gigs of RAM and you're running an Intel Atom processor. I didn't notice any slowdown. It's probably because we're running the Android version, so that makes it a little bit easier for the tablet to power through whatever it's doing. We would love to test and compare when we do get the Windows version in and see what the slowdown comparisons are like or how much you can really throw at it. But like I mentioned, on Android, it works seamlessly. The display is a 1920 by 1200 display and it is stunningly sharp. It has slightly wide bezels, so if you're not a fan of that, that is going to be an issue for you. For me, I don't really mind bezels that much, so it's a great viewing experience. Again, combined with the sort of flippability of the device, you can put it in tent mode, watch movies in bed. It works really great for that as well. And if that wasn't enough, the Yoga Book also has another feature. It comes with a pen, and so when you flip it down or even just have it in laptop mode and press the little button, you can switch into using the pen mode. So the whole keyboard disappears and it becomes like a big trackpad on which you can draw with the pen. And it works really well. It doesn't have as many sensitivity points as something like a Wacom tablet or even as a Surface Book, but it does have some sensitivity. When you're drawing with like a pencil or something, you can go from sketching to making dark lines. It's a very good note-taking device. But what makes it better than any other note-taking device, in my opinion, is that you can switch out the tip and put a physical pen tip in with real ink, put a sheet of paper over the device and use it as a notebook. So essentially you're making notes with a pen, it's pushing through and you're having a digital copy as well as a physical copy. I'm not a college student, but I would imagine if I was, that would be an awesome feature to have and very, very practical. So switchable pen tip sounds really great in theory. The one issue I ran into is where do you put the other pen tip when you're not using it? You gotta come up with your own sort of storage solution because they don't send it with a pouch or anything like that, but I guarantee you in real usage, I would end up either breaking it or losing it like I would with mechanical pencils in middle school. In regards to issues with the device, there are a few, however they are very minor gripes. Number one, with the volume button. When you have it flipped out in tablet mode and you're using it, your volume buttons are gonna end up either on the bottom of your device or on the top, which is just kind of awkward and weird. Not the biggest deal, but something to note. In addition to that, when you're trying to flip back and forth between modes, from closing it in the laptop and then going into tablet mode, there's no lip on something that you find like with the MacBook Pro or something along those lines, so you can't really slip your finger underneath. So separating it is actually kind of tough sometimes. And so those are my thoughts on the Yoga Book. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. I'm a huge fan of it. I think it's probably the best convertible device we have seen pretty much ever. And I think it's almost 3 devices in one. It's a great note-taking device, it's a tablet for consumption of media, and it's a laptop. And I think the only place it falls a little bit short is the laptop because it doesn't have a full-size keyboard. That being said, the keyboard is good and you can totally get used to it after a while. You're just not gonna be writing any novels on it. But of course, you guys probably knew that already. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. We're very excited to get the Windows version in and do a comparison for you guys. So let us know what you want to see from that video. Give us a thumbs up. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Subscribe for more tech content like this. Thank you for watching.